From Lady Gator Park on the campus of Santa Monica High School, it's time for high school softball on the Rev Game of the Week. My name is Jeff Porche, and along with Mike Mohler, we welcome you to today's District 5-5A game between the visiting Dutchtown Griffins and the Santa Monica Gators. When we return, we'll talk about today's matchup, and Mike will have Dutchtown's starting lineup, followed by the first pitch here on the Rev Game of the Week.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales, like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at rossdowninghammond.com, rossdowninggonzales.com.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
If you believe in me, I'll be the first one in our family to graduate college.
I'll be the one to change our history of diabetes.
I'll live a healthy life.
If you believe in me, I'll know my worth is more than face value.
I'll be stronger than a weak heart. I'll know 68 pounds carries weight in this world.
If you believe in me,
I'll believe in myself.
Belief in our children can change their future. Our Lady of the Lake Children's Health.
The Title Law Firm has been fighting for our clients to get their best recovery for over 20 years. And now that tradition will continue to the next generation.
Hi, I'm Rick Tata, the newest member of the Title Law Firm.
We understand that it can be frustrating dealing with your claim.
So we're here to help you get what you deserve. If you're seriously injured in an accident, call the Title Law Firm today.
We're not just a face on an ad.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call. You gotta call Tata.
And we're back. Jeff Porche, Mike Mohler. It is senior night ceremonies for Santa Monica, and so we're going to go to the public address announcer and listen to their introductions.
As a junior, she was honorable mention all-district. In basketball, Kat was a member of the all-academic composite team and also a first-team all-district selection after helping her team to its second district title. Kat's favorite memory was crossing home plate in the state championship game. Kat wants to major in kinesiology. It goes by fast, so enjoy it while you can. Go Gators.
So the two seniors have been recognized at Santa Ma, and just goes to show you they're a really young team with this much talent in their record and only two seniors. So they're 18-2 on the season and 2-0, and they're taking on the Dutchtown Griffins, who are 12-9. They're also 2-0 in district. And so, Mike, we should have a good one here tonight.
Yeah, great weather actually too for this game. I mean, a lot of people are going to be out here. Two undefeated district teams coming across the parish to meet each other here. I mean, got pushed back from yesterday. The weather got a little bad here.
Yeah.
I think we lucked out a little more than we thought we were, but yeah, it should be a great matchup today.
And you mentioned the weather, not a cloud out here, and it's 67 degrees, so perfect weather. It may get a little cooler as you get later in the evening. The wind is blowing 10 miles an hour out of the west-northwest, and that's going from where you see the flags, probably out towards right center field. And so the wind blowing out, and we've got some home run hitters on these teams, so balls may be flying tonight as we get ready for the two coaches meeting at home plate. And the two coaches for these teams, of course, Dutchtown in her 16th year, Nancy Ensminger, and for Santa Ma, Amy Petrie, who's in her 6th year at Santa Ma. She's 139, 16-1. And when you've coached for 6 years and you have 16 losses, and it's almost like this year seems like a disappointment because you already have 2 losses this season. It seems like they never have more than 2 losses.
I mean,
in a regular season.
If you want to stay par for the course, you got to win out and win the state championship, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, your average is 2 point, I don't know, somewhat a loss a season, but I mean, it just goes to show you every time you come here to Lady Gator Park, you're in for a treat. I mean, these girls put it on the field every year, day in and day out, and I mean, it's just a pleasure to see. And then you see Dutchtown coming from across the airline, coming this way, and again, you know, Insminger's been there for 16 years, and her resume is just as impressive. I mean, they played in the state championship. They've got, you know, a ton of playoff appearances, and they also, you know, put a great squad out there year in and year out.
And in the power rankings, Santa Ma, in spite of the underwhelming quote-unquote record, they're still 5th in the state in the power rankings, so they're still a force to be reckoned with in the 5A postseason. Santa Ma is 5th. Dutchtown is at 21. Last week they were about 16 or 17, and they beat East Ascension, but they had a loss over the weekend, and so their power rankings dropped a little bit. Also in 5A, EA's power rankings at 28, so all 3 teams are potential playoff teams, and we're going to see 2 more teams tomorrow here on our game of the week as Santa Ma is going to take on East Ascension over at East Ascension. So the next 24 hours, we're going to see some good softball here in Ascension Parish, and we're looking forward to it. And what we're going to do right now, as we are just moments away from the beginning of this game, as you see the coaches and the umpires still talking at home plate, I'll turn it over to Mike, and he can go over the Dutchtown batting order.
Yeah, for the visiting Griffins today, leading off will be the center fielder, Caitlin Bessonette. Hitting second, the right fielder, Alicia Russell. In the 3-hole doing the catching is Bryn Sanji. Batting fourth, Harper Dupree, and she'll play shortstop. Batting fifth will be Katie Van Haverbeck. She'll play second base. The left fielder will hit sixth, Maddie Keller. Alexa Womack will hit seventh. She'll play first base. Batting in the 8-hole, Riley Bennett at third base. And Ella Poniff will bat ninth, and she's the designated player.
So the two coaches have met, and the umpires are at home plate now, and both teams are ready for the introductions in the national anthem. So we'll turn it over to the public address announcer for a moment.
For the Griffins starting lineup, playing center field, leading off number 3, Caitlin Bassinet. Playing right field, batting second, number 27, Lisa Russell. Batting third and catching, number 16, Sanji. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 4, Harper Dupree. Batting fifth, playing second base. 6, playing left field, number 1, Maddie Keller. Batting 7, playing first base, number 7, Alexa Womack. Batting 8, playing shortstop, number 15, Riley Bennett. And your designated player, batting 9, number 29, Alapana. And in the circle tonight, number 9, Abby Frolich. And for your Santa Monica Lady Gators, number 2, Allie Haydell. Number 4, Amaya Franklin. Number 12, Addison Gomez. Number 15, Ashton Jones. Number 18, Olivia Falcon. Number 21, Emily Terrio. Number 24, Haley Hebert. Number 25, Katarina Myers. Number 27, Gracie Bersaget. Number 31, Samantha White. Number 32, Ava Vignair. Number 34, Brooke Walker. Number 36, Lauren Allen. Number 37, Riley Moran. Number 38, Kinley Meach. And for your Lady Gators starting lineup, start off in the circle and batting first, number 23, Addison Jackson. Playing shortstop, batting second, number 26, Samantha Landash. Playing third base, batting third, number 20, Alex Franklin. Playing second base, batting fourth, number 3, Mary Beth Zeller. Playing right field, batting fifth, number 9, Coleman Dixon. Catching, batting 6, number 8, Cammy Gotro. Batting 7, playing left field, number 7, Mackenzie Smith. Your designated player, batting 8, number 13, Mackenzie Elazar. Batting 9, playing center field, number 1, Arilee Bean. And the flex player, playing first base, number 19, Aubrey Dunn. The Gators are coached by head coach Amy Petrie and assistant coaches Darryl Landry, Jay Brignac, Mark Mayer, and John Pennsylvania. Please stand for the national anthem. So we are ready for 5-5A softball, Dutchtown at Santa Monica. Jeff Porche and Mike Mohler with you to call this game, and we see the pitcher, A.J. Jackson, on the mound for Santa Monica. And so while she gets her warm-up pitches, let's go to Mike and go through the Santa Monica defense.
Defensively for the Lady Gators, starting in outfield left to right, Mackenzie Smith, Arilee Bean, and Carmen Dixon. In the infield and third base, Alex Franklin. Shortstop, Sam Landash. Second base, Mary Beth Zeller. At first base, Aubrey Dunn. In the circle will be A.J. Jackson, and behind the dish, Cammy Gotro.
A.J. Jackson having a great season. Sparkling ERA of 1.09. And so there's not a lot of room for error today for Dutchtown. If you're only giving up a run-up outing, and she's 15-2 on the season, and she has 196 strikeouts and 111 innings pitched, almost 2 an inning.
Yeah, that's something that sticks out in my mind. And you said Dutchtown's going to have their hands full today. I think one of the goals is going to be maybe try to be aggressive in the zone early, try to get the ball put in play, because it looks like when Jackson gets ahead of you, she puts you away.
Absolutely. And Dutchtown has their 1, 2, 3 starting. That's going to be Bessonette, Russell, and Sanji. And the two people that you really got to look out for are Caitlin Bessonette and Bryn Sanji. They're the team leaders in most categories for the Griffins. And so Bessonette will lead off, hitting .481 on the season. And first pitch. Strike called. Bessonette .481 on the season. She leads Dutchtown in at-bats, runs, hits, singles, doubles, and triples. 0-1 pitch. Popped out of play. And so Jackson's ahead 0-2. Early on here in the first batter, just underway. Dutchtown at Santa Monica.
We got to be heads up here. We're pretty up close and personal. That ball went over the fence. We're not used to having to look up for a foul ball.
We're near the on-deck circle on the Santa Monica side as that ball is fouled into the net. So staying alive. Bessonette has 79 at-bats. Has only struck out 5 times. So she's a good contact hitter, and she's staying alive right now.
Yeah, prototypical leadoff hitter. Somebody will see a lot of pitches, make the pitcher work, and let some of the other hitters in the dugout see a couple of pitches as well.
Foul ball to third baseman, Franklin. So count will remain 0-2 and staying alive. On deck is Alicia Russell, Sanji in the hole. First batter of the game. 0-2 to third, and it's scooped up and a quick throw to first. Franklin to Dunn. 5-3, and Bessonette is out.
Yeah, good at bat by Caitlin right there, and also a good job by AJ, just keeping the pound in the strike zone, make her prove that she can hit that ball. But keeping the ball down in the zone, got a good ground ball, exactly what she's looking for. Good play by Franklin for the first out.
Exactly, and she's playing at bag level, so those hot shots are coming right at her, but she's able to scoop it up, and she's got a quick arm to first. And a swing and a miss from Alicia Russell. Number 2 hitter, 305 on the season. No home runs, 15 RBIs. 1 out, top of the first. Nobody on. Ball high, first ball that we've seen from Jackson. So she likes to get it in that strike zone and make you swing at it.
Yeah, and then you mentioned it a little earlier today, Jeff, and we see the flags blowing out pretty good to right center field. Anything elevated towards that area may have a chance to get out of here.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. So we knew Jackson coming into this game was one of the best pitchers in the state of Louisiana, and she's showing it early on as throwing strikes and Dutchtown behind in the count to the first 2 hitters. 1-2, swing and a miss, struck her out. So her first strikeout of the night, 197 strikeouts on the season for A.J. Jackson.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just tied up Russell right there with a little something inside. It looked like kind of a tough angle for us to tell exactly where that location was, but from the swing, looked like she tied her up a little bit.
Right. Here's Sanji, swing and a miss. She's just all over that plate and telling the Dutchtown hitters, come and get it if you can.
Exactly. Sanji took a big hack at that one, trying to be aggressive early in the count.
0-1. And another swing and miss. That was a bit high, but she went after it, and it's 0-2.
Yeah. That's that pitch that, if you can command that pitch and keep it right there, you can throw that pitch all day because it looks like a strike, but it's just above the hands, and it's almost impossible to get to.
This is high. That's about where that 0-1 pitch was, but that time she didn't chase it, and she gets the ball. 1-2, 2 outs.
Yeah, Sanji coming in as a hot hitter also. She's the leading hitter coming in at .446.
All low. And she's the leader in home runs and RBIs. 8 homers, 27 RBIs.
Yeah, so she's got some pop, and she's been cashing them in whenever they get some base runners on base.
Count. And she 2 strikes now. 1, 2, 3, first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. Dutchtown 0. Sandoval coming to bat. And we'll turn it over to Mike for the Dutchtown defense. Oh, excuse me, let's do the Sandoval batting order.
Okay, leading off today for the Lady Gators is going to be A.J. Jackson. She's doing the pitch and batting second is the shortstop, Sam Landash. In the 3-hole at third base, Alex Franklin. Batting fourth, the second baseman, Mary Beth Zeller. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, Carmen Dixon. In the 6-hole, the catcher, Tammy Gotro. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Mackenzie Smith. Batting eighth, the designated player, Mackenzie Ellisar. And the center fielder will hit ninth, Arilee Green.
And pitcher today for Dutchtown, you can see in her warm-ups, is Abby Freilich. And she is 10-4 on the season. She got the win last Tuesday, you may recall, 10-3 over East Ascension. She's a freshman, but she's very impressive, and she's doing a good job. She has an elevated ERA compared to Jackson of 5.15, but she looked good in the game last week, and she seems to be improving as the season goes along.
Yeah, and I mean, she's got a lot of upside. We like you said, we saw her last week against East Ascension. She pounded the strike zone, threw the ball really well. It's something that stands out just a little bit here. She's got 28 walks and only 66 strikeouts, but as you mature as a pitcher, you kind of figure out how to maybe get a couple more, strikeouts per walks. Try to stay away from those free passes, but I'm sure we'll see her a lot more in the next 3 years.
Absolutely. She very impressive young pitcher for this veteran Dutchtown team, and she's going to have to face the best hitter on the Santa Monica squad, the pitcher A.J. Jackson, followed by Sam Landash and Alex Franklin. And first pitch is low in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. A.J. Jackson, 476. She's got 30 hits. She's got 12 homers, 31 RBIs on the season. So she's a double threat for sure.
Yeah, it's something you don't see. Both Dutchtown and Santa Monica, both their leadoff hitters are their leaders in RBIs, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, well, no. Sanji for Dutchtown has 2 more RBIs than Dutchnet, but, I mean, 31 and 25, respectively, for the Gators and the Griffins in the leadoff spot. That's pretty stout.
Absolutely. And there's a hot shot to third, and Bennett can't find it in time. She made a good play stopping it, but could not. She didn't know where the ball was after she made contact with her left hand.
Yeah, that was her
right hand.
That was a missile off the bat of Jackson. Kind of handcuffed Bennett there at third base, and then couldn't quite pick it up. Not sure if she would have had a shot to throw her out. Typically when you get a bobble on the infield, it's really tough to throw anyone out.
Just a good job stopping it, but just didn't know where it went afterwards. Samantha Landish is the number 2 hitter for the Gators, and A.J. Jackson at first has 2 stolen bases on the season.
And she's being pinch run for.
Okay. So it looks like number 25. That's Katarina Byers. So Landash, 375 on the season, no home runs, 6 RBIs. Count 0-1. So Byers at first. Landash at the plate. She's squared around and looked at attempt to sacrifice, but pulled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out.
Landash, just a sophomore, starting shortstop for the Lady Gators. A long line of pedigree. I can remember years back they started with the Cara Grimion, started as a sophomore, played through. Then Taylor Tidwell played shortstop, or actually started as second as a freshman and took over at shortstop as a sophomore. And then it was Julia Kramer started as a sophomore and took over. And now we have Sam Landash, so I'm sure we'll see a lot of special things out of Sam for the next 3 years as well.
So the 1-2 count just missed. And the count is 2-2 on the change up right there. And It looks like Landash is not going to sacrifice. She squared around earlier, and she takes a shot to second. Out at second, throw to first, not in time. So the force 6-4 gets Byers out, and Landash is safe at first. And so why don't we go to the Dutchtown defensive starters?
Yeah, defensively for the Lady Griffins today in the outfield from left to right, we have Maddie Keller, Caitlin Bessonette, and Licia Russell. On the infield, third base, Riley Bennett. Shortstop, Harper Dupree. Second base, Katie Van Haverbeck. First baseman, Riley Bennett. Uh-oh, I messed that up. I have two first basemen. Well, in the circle is Abby Freilich, and behind the dish is Bryn Sanji.
And so the count 1 ball and no strikes to Alex Franklin, who made a nice play at third for the first out of the game. High and outside. Sanji looks over to first, make sure that Landash is back. And so the count is 2-0. Alex Franklin, 389. And she's got some pop, 5 home runs, 19 RBIs.
And my apologies on the defensively for the Griffins. That's going to be Alexa Womack at first base.
Right.
I had Riley Bennett playing third base and first base, so that would be a tough task.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alexa.
We got it, and it's 2-1, 1 out. Bottom of the first, no score. And fouled away. So Freilich got behind 2-0, but now she fights back, and it's 2-2 to the number 3 hitter, cleanup hitter Zeller on deck for Santa Ma. Byers at first, no, excuse me, Landash at first. 1 out, no score. Outside, Sanji's thinking about going to first. Those pitches outside, she's able to spring up and look there very quickly.
Yeah, good pitch right there to throw on, actually, if you're going to back pick it first.
So full count. And a pitch, swing and a miss. And she strikes out. So we knew Jackson was going to get some strikeouts. There's Freilich with a strikeout. Key strikeout to the number 3 hitter.
Yeah, first of the day. And, we know how dangerous Franklin is. We saw her hit a ball against Dutchtown last year out of the left field. Like, that got out pretty quick.
Absolutely.
But good job by Freilich keeping that ball down in the zone. Tough for Franklin to get to.
And since you bring that up, Santa Ma has a lot of players returning from last season, and Franklin's one of them. And they can score in a hurry, so you got to watch out because they can go deep and they can get extra base hits. Last year, Dutchtown had a couple of runs ahead in the 7th inning with 1 out, and then home run from Franklin that you talked about, and all of a sudden, Santa Ma came back and won the game. As you see the 2-1 count to Zeller. Zeller hitting .333. No home runs, but 11 RBIs. Landash at first. High. 3-1, so she gets behind. We saw this a little bit last week in the East Ascension game. She can be off the plate a little bit. And ball 4. So her first walk. So Zeller gets on first. Landash moves to second. 2 outs. And now Carmen Dixon, who was honored at the senior ceremony before the game when we were coming out of commercial. Dixon is .283 on the season, no home runs, 15 RBIs. And one thing about Zeller, she led the team in walks at the cleanup spot. She just drew her 15th walk of the season.
Got a lot of respect for her, huh?
Absolutely.
That's why you back cleanup. You see a bunch of pitches. No, but what you mentioned about, Santa Ma's going to get runners on base, and the fact that they can just score so many runs so fast is something that the Griffins are going to have to be careful of.
And there's a shot to the gap to the wall, and a second run is trying to go home and will score. So Mike, you called it. Stand-up double. Carmen Dixon, 2-0, Santa Ma. And 1 pitch and 2-run score. They love those extra base hits. They love the power over here in Gator country.
Yeah, they can strike anywhere up and down their lineup. I mean, you know, you talk about, the four-hole hitter leads the team in walks, but whenever you have a fifth-hole hitter in Carmen Dixon that can just, take the first pitch to the left center gap and pick both those RBIs up, they have that luxury.
And that was a well-hit ball.
Yeah, I mean, she picks up her 16th and 17th RBI of the season.
Right, so she catches Cammie Gautreaux and is now tied for third. And Gautreaux's coming up to the plate, so she's got an opportunity to bring in Dixon and pass her up again in the RBI total right here with 2 outs. 2-0, Santa Maria leads Dutchtown in the bottom of the first. And the pitch from Falick outside. So 1 ball, no strikes. Dixon at second after the 2 RBI double. That scored Landesh and Zeller. And a drive to right. Right fielder's there and catches it. So good job by the right fielder, Alicia Russell, to stop further runs from scoring. And Santa Maria will only score 2 in the bottom of the first. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 player left on base. So after 1 inning, Santa Maria 2, Dutchtown 0. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Top of the second, Santa Maria with the lead, 2-0 over Dutchtown. And Dutchtown coming to the plate in the top of the second. We'll see 4, 5, and 6. Harper Dupree, Katie Van Heverbeck, and Maddie Keller. And they'll face A.J. Jackson, who struck out 2 of the first 3 hitters in the first. Van Heverbeck to the plate, 329, 1 homer, 14 RBIs.
That's going to be Dupree right here, right?
Oh, yeah, excuse me, Dupree, my fault. Dupree is actually 388, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs. We saw one of those home runs last week in the East Ascension game, an inside the park home run, misplayed in right field, 1-0. And there's a high drive, and is it in play? It is. Caught by the left fielder in foul territory, Mackenzie Smith. She made good contact with it, but went foul, and Smith was still able to catch it in foul territory for the first out.
Yeah, good play by Smith right there. I mean, off the bat, that ball looks like it's going to be out of the park foul left field, but you see Smith run over to the fence, find where she is, keep her eye on the ball, and make a good play for the first out.
Now Van Haverbeck. And a strike called. 0-1. Jackson likes to get ahead in the count early. Like I said, she's all over the plate. And she takes a second strike.
And that's a good pitch.
Yes, it is.
That's when you can control the inside part of the plate like that. It just opens up so many options for you.
She is as advertised. Swing and a miss. High and outside. Chased it. And that's 2 outs. And so coming to the plate now is Maddie Keller. 353 on the season.
Great sequence right there by Jackson. Get ahead and pound the inside for strike two. Kind of more down and in, and then go up and away, changing eye levels and locations on the plate. It's just tough to put a good confident swing on.
And a swing and a miss from Keller. In the first, Jackson struck out the second and third hitter. She struck out the second one right here, trying to match the strikeout numbers that she got in the first. She struck out 3 of the first 5. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Trying to go 1-2-3 for the second inning in a row.
Jackson kind of ran that ball away from her right there. A little bit tardy maybe, Keller, or just maybe pulled off it just a hair.
And that time she was a little ahead, I believe, as she let up a little bit, and a swing and miss and a second strikeout, and so another 1-2-3, 2 strikeout inning for Sandoval and A.J. Jackson. No runs, no hits, no errors. And so we go to the bottom of the second, and Sandoval coming to the plate leading 2-0. And here in the bottom of the second, let's take a look at some Dutchtown players as we look at some of the seniors for Dutchtown High. They have a lot of seniors, and you see them right there. Bryn Sanji, we haven't talked about her much today, but she is a Nichols commit. Then you have Alicia Russell and Coach Insminger, Caitlin Bessonette, and Mallory Melanson right there. And another photo as they had a little Christmas party. And you see them right there, Melanson, Sanji, Insminger, Bessonette, and Russell. And Sanji and Bessonette are unquestionably the leaders of this team, and they have been for a couple of years. They're having great seasons right now, and they are trying to lead Dutchtown to another playoff berth as they're off to a good start. They are 12-9, but as Coach Insminger told us last week, they have played a really tough schedule, so they're still in really good shape right now.
Yeah, they have, and I mean it's going to be tough to replace Bessonette and Sanji. I mean they're obviously offensively and defensively, big time leaders of this club. I'm sure the same goes, for inside that dugout. But Dutchtown just kind of replenishes. They just find ways to fill in those gaps.
The softball youth program in this area is just so loaded and so talented. So many teams out here, and all the teams pull from all those squads. The youth leagues and all the sports are really, really strong here in Ascension. That's why you have such good talent out here. As we are seeing the 7, 8, 9 hitters, this is Smith, Elisar, and Dean. And Smith fouls it off. This is Mackenzie Smith, who is hitting 120 on the season, no home runs, 2 RBIs.
Yeah, not quite as many at-bats as the rest of the Gators that we see today. She's coming in with 25 at-bats. So she hadn't seen as much time as some of the others in the lineup today.
And misses low and outside, 2-2. Smith made a really nice play in the top of the inning as a fly ball from Dupree went into foul territory, and she was able to grab it before it went out. And 2-2 pitch is fouled away. And so a lot of times you see a player make a good defensive play, and then they come back and you see what they do to lead off this inning.
Yeah, so many times you see it, baseball and softball, they make a great defensive play, and they're going to lead off the inning offensively when they come back in the dugout.
So she fouls it off. So the average is not high at the moment, as you mentioned. She hasn't seen as many plate appearances, but she's obviously somebody who can make contact, and she's waiting for a pitch right here.
Yeah, good battle.
Fouls it away again.
Yeah, Frelick's going up and away up, and then down and away down, and then change speeds, and Smith just keeps battling, fouling everything off, just trying to get a pitch she can handle that she can drive somewhere.
4th foul ball of this sequence, so she's staying alive. Nothing Sandoval, bottom of the second. And a grounder to short, quick throw in time. So Dupree to Womack, 6-3, 1 out. So McKenzie grounds out to short, and Elisar, the designated player, will come up at 179 on the season. No home runs, 5 RBIs. Most of the damage that you see comes from the top of the Santa Maria lineup. They have their top hitter hitting in that one spot, but they get most of their runs from that 1 to 5 position. Bottom of the lineup not so strong, but
yeah, we'll see Elisar kind of creeping up there, trying to slap a little something maybe.
Right.
Trying to get it by Riley Bennett at third base there.
And you see Bennett is played up about a third of the way to home plate. 2-0. She's expecting that little slap bouncer. And that time she goes for a full swing. A little awkward, 2-1.
Kind of tied her up there.
Yeah.
Wasn't one she could get the hands inside of.
No, she was a little late on that. Stepping up and takes the ball. And so now they talk it over with Freilich. Freilich, the freshman. So the senior is going in there talking to her, making sure that they got a good call. And there's a ground ball to short. Will they be able to get her? No. Nearly a nice stop by Dupree. Nearly caught it. Fell to the ground and could not get back up in time. And so Elisar with the single.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Elisar got the barrel to that ball right there. That was Absolutely. A rocket. And my goodness.
Yeah, for a moment it looked like Dupree was going to come up with it, but she just could not hold on.
Yeah, Dupree playing way up in on the infield as she was. It's tough to react that quick.
A bouncer to third, fair ball, and Bennett goes to Womack for the out. That was Arely Bean. So 5-3 out, and Elisar moves to second base. She was going on the pitch. She has 5 stolen bases on the season, so she's got good speed. A base hit right here from their leadoff hitter, Jackson, could score a run. 2-0, 2 outs. Santa Maria with the lead, ball outside. And so what do you do here? You got the top hitter on the team hitting leadoff. You got first base open. You got a RBI opportunity.
Yeah, you got to make sure who do you want to beat you? You know, sometimes you pick out the top 2 players on the opposition. You're like, hey, neither one of these 2 are going to beat me today, and maybe you want to try to pitch around there. Is that what you want to try to do to Jackson here?
She's behind 0-2, 2-0, 3-0. Wonder if they're even going to offer a pitch here. Just let her get to first. They're going to offer 3-0. And it's outside. So an intentional walk.
As far as we know.
Yeah. Probably a wise move. But now we have Samantha Landesh at 375, so it doesn't, as we said, right. When you get to that 1 to 5 in the Santa Maria lineup, it's just murderer's row right there.
Yeah, it's tough to take a breath right here.
Yep. Landesh hit into a fielder's choice and scored in the first. So it's Jackson at first, Elisar at second, and a strike call.
Yeah. Got an awesome crowd here today. I mean, I know we mentioned the weather and everything, but
yep.
Man, it brought a lot of people out here. 2 good clubs, great weather.
As a fair ball to right field, and it gets away, and a second run will score, and it's 4-0, and a stand-up triple for Landesh. I wasn't sure if that ball was going to stay fair, and it did stay fair, and then it kind of had a little bit of English on it, and it rolled to the wall, and Russell hit the wall trying to grab the ball, and that little mistake allowed another run to come in, and so it's 2-0 and a runner on third. 4-0 as 2-run score on the triple by Samantha Landesh.
Yeah, that ball, stayed on the chalk the entire time, and like you said, had a little bit of English or a little spin on it right there, kind of spun away. from the right fielder there. But, you know, with 2 outs, you got Jackson and Ellisar already taken off. They're already past third base by the time that ball hits the ground. So easy for them to score.
One and 0, and a shot to second caught by Van Haverbeck. So a line out to the second baseman ends the inning, but more damage for Sanoma as you have 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 player left on base. So we go to the top of the third, 4-0 Sanoma. We'll take a break. You're watching the game of the week on Rev TV.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Top of the third inning here at Sanoma. Dutchtown trails Sanoma 4-0 as A.J. Jackson with an outstanding first and second innings for the Gators. And we'll see 7, 8, 9. Alexa Womack, Riley Bennett, Ella Pontiff for the Griffins. As first 6 batters all retired by Jackson with 4 strikeouts. All low. That's the first time she's been behind in the count. So Womack at the plate, 259 hitter. She has 1 home run though, 10 RBIs, so she has some power. And sky high, will it stay in play? No, foul ball. So 1-1 is the count to Womack. Part of our doubleheader here of girls softball, Ascension Parish 5-5A girls softball. Dutchtown at Sanoma today. Tomorrow, Sanoma at East Ascension. And also tomorrow, Dutchtown will be opening their field for the first time this season, their home opener against St. Joe's. Ball high, way high. Behind 2-1. We haven't mentioned the turf out here, but we kind of gotten used to the turf now, looking at all these places. But it's a beautiful turf out here at Sanoma too, and the turf will be finally ready tomorrow at Dutchtown. Fouled away.
And then they'll all be complete, right?
I think so.
This field was the second to last one.
I don't think we have to worry about any more delays for forever until we get to Prairieville High.
You have to redo some turf.
Yeah.
But it looks amazing. I mean, it really does. I like the way they did it here. You know, all the fields in the parish look great. I mean, it was just a good job of, I don't know, I actually thought we had some of the best fields whenever they were all grass, but you know, now they just kind of outdid themselves.
So a swing and a miss from Alexa Womack. And so that's the 5th strikeout. And Riley Bennett, 356 comes to the plate, 1 homer, 13 RBIs. So unlike Sanoma, Dutchtown does have some pop in their bottom third of the lineup. Let's see if they can get on base. There's a shot to left, foul. Made good contact there.
Yeah, I think she may have been hawking that first pitch.
Right.
Fastball that she could get
right.
a little bit out in front. We hadn't seen too many of the Dutchtown hitters out in front of some Jackson pitches. I really didn't see exactly what pitch. I'm not sure if it was an off speed or not, but Benny was out in front of it.
0-1. And strike two.
There's a heater up. It looks just above the hands. Tough to get to.
She's looking for her 4th consecutive strikeout. And she's ahead 0-2 to Bennett. Foul. And that'll go to the baseball field, which we will be visiting very soon. As next week we go back to baseball. Doing a couple of weeks of softball, then we move back to baseball, and we still have another softball game to do out here at Santa Ma later in the season. 0-2 low. Good eye. 1-2.
Yep. Let's see if she's going to try to change eye levels right here. That ball's down and away. Let's see if she tries to go up and in above the hands here. She's been successful doing that thus far.
Pontiff on deck. And fouled out of play.
Down and in. Tried to come back inside. Bennett got just enough to stay alive for another pitch.
Jackson ready. Good eye. Nearly chased it. Nearly chased that.
Great take right there. Good at bat by Bennett right there.
Yes.
I mean, Jackson's thrown her some really, really good pitches that she's hung tough with, fouled off, and that pitch right there looks so good, but tough to take, and Bennett laid off.
And she fouls her off again. I believe that's her 4th foul ball of this sequence. She's been aggressive right here. Trying to become Dutchtown's first base runner of the night. 4-0, Santa Ma, top of the 3rd. And a grounder to 3rd. Franklin, so fast.
Jeez.
So fast to first base.
My gosh, the transfer there was incredible. Kind of just sat there on the back. Let's see if we can see it again.
You can't really see it, but that ball just emerges.
Yeah, it was kind of like a all-in-one motion. Kind of had to wait on the back right leg already. Let me just kind of shift my way there and make a good, strong throw.
Now Pontiff swings and misses. So 0-1, 2 outs, top of the 3rd. Jackson trying for 9 up, 9 down. Trying to go through the batting order one time, perfect. Has 5 strikeouts, 2 grounders to 3rd, 1 foul out to left. And 1 strike away. 1-2.
Good pitch. Jackson just pounding the lower part of that zone right there. It looked like Pontiff just tried to do the right thing, trying to, stay inside and kind of slaps the other way, but just a little bit tardy.
Yeah, you got to swing because it's coming in the strike zone. Fouled behind us, over our heads. Still 1-2. Dutchtown hitters trying to stay alive, but they have not been able to put a lot of balls in play here, as this is just a really tough
matchup for them all day. I mean, typically you would say, hey, they're fouling off a lot of pitches. You want to make Jackson throw as many pitches as you can. Maybe try to wear her out a little bit, but man, she's probably geared up to throw about 200 pitches.
Right. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout. 6 strikeouts, and 2 in this inning. 2 in every inning so far. 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, and no errors. Nobody left, so bottom of the 3rd, 4-0 Santa Ma. And we look at Dutchtown in the middle of the 2nd. Now let's go to the middle of the 3rd, and let's check out Santa Ma and some of their seniors and juniors as they had their ring day ceremonies very recently. A couple of photos you're going to see right here. Amy Petrie with the seniors. You saw them introduced earlier. Carmen Dixon and Katarina Byers. And we saw Byers earlier, and now you look at the juniors. This team should be really, really good next year with all the people coming back. And you see them right there. Addison Jackson, Olivia Falcon, Allie Heidel, Addison Gomez, Cami Gotro, Arlie Bean, and Audrey Dunn. And so that's your core right there. And it's good to have those girls coming back next season. They could be even better than they are right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have two seniors, and they're going to be missed, tremendously. But when you look at the ring day picture there's 6 more right to fill their spot, right? I'm sure there's 6 more sophomore behind them, 6 more freshmen behind them, and probably 6 more 8th graders, waiting for their turn.
Exactly, and when they introduce the entire team, there are about 24, 25 players on this team. And so with only those 2 seniors, they're going to be even more deadly next season. And so Zeller, Dixon, and Gotro coming to the plate. And that's a foul out of play. Zeller,
she walked,
no official at bat.
Yeah.
She walked and scored in the first off the Dixon double. So her second at bat, 313 hitter. We talked about her being in that cleanup spot and leading the team in walks. She's not the power hitter like Franklin and Jackson, but she does her damage.
Yes, she does. She's obviously got a really good idea of her, of her strike zone and her plate coverage. I mean, to hit in the 4 hole, you can probably easily come in there and try to be aggressive, because typically you're going to have runners on base and you can be overly aggressive, to try to get those runners in. But the fact that she's got so many walks, it just shows, her discipline of the strike zone. And she's just going to wait for her pitch to get. She's not going to swing until she can get it.
So it's 2-2, no outs. Fouled off her foot. So the count stays at 2-2. Santa Maria trying to match their run total in the first 2 innings. They got 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Trying to do damage in the third as the leadoff hitter now takes the count to 3-2. Trying to get her 16th walk of the season. But instead she gets a base hit. As it goes through Van Haverbeck's glove. Had a shot at stopping it, maybe not able to make a play at first, but it goes through, and so the leadoff hitter's on first. So that's Zeller. And now Carmen Dixon comes to the plate. She did the damage in the first.
Yeah, it was a good, great at bat by Zeller right there. Fouled off a couple pitches. Again, waited for her pitch. Got something she could get the barrel to, and got it right past Van Haverbeck there at second base. Who, great effort, just right out of the outstretched glove.
I believe they may be looking for a sacrifice right here. As the corners are playing in, and Sanji looks back to first after ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Strike called. Zeller going back to first. She's got 6 steals. She's a co-leader on the team with Landesh. Outside. Sanji's always looking to throw to first. She's got a great arm, but she loves to throw and try to double up that base runner.
She's going to let Zeller know that she's paying attention to her.
And little high. 3-1 is the count. Dutchtown fans looking for that pitch. And there's ball 4. So first 2 batters will be single and walk. And so Zeller at second, Dixon at first, Gotro to the plate. And she flew out to start this game. Flew out to right field. to end the first. But no outs and 2 runners on base has an opportunity right here. She fouls it toward the Dutchtown dugout. Actually got in the dugout.
There's like a 6-inch gap that thing can go in. She cut it in there.
Who is that, Coach Tab down there? Not sure.
That's David Miller sitting on the bucket.
Okay, it is.
Acting like he didn't see it coming.
He kept his cool. Wasn't sure which coach that was down there. 0-1. And a strike called. Like this umpire, we know what he calls it. He's very vocal when he calls the strikes.
Yeah, we're not used to being outside to where we can actually hear the vocals.
Yes.
So that helps.
Because he's always late with the arm, but he always gives you that little grunt. 1-2. So Gotro 0 for 1, 296 hitter. First and second, no out. And a strikeout for Gotro. She's 0 for 2 on the day. And so that is the second strikeout for Freilich. And Mackenzie Smith will come to the plate. 0 for 1, grounded out to short. 120 hitter.
Great spot for Freilich to pick up her second strikeout right there.
Right.
Because how many times have we seen Santa Maria get a couple base runners on and it just absolutely snowballs?
And not only did she get the out, but the runners stay at first and second and don't both advance in the scoring position, which is always important in a situation like that.
Correct. Now you put yourself in a position where you can get maybe a fly ball here out, maybe the runners advance, but then you can get an out next hitter and get yourself out of here.
2-0 the count. Runners not going. Santa Ma's not much of a base stealing team. They do steal their bases, they pick their spots, but they're more of a power hitting team than a base stealing team, I guess you would say.
Yeah, and they probably have a little pretty good respect for Sanji back there.
Yeah.
Knowing she's a quality catcher with a great arm. I mean, you see her not only does she have a good arm back there, but she's super quiet behind the plate. Just the way that she receives it, she gives the umpire a really good look at it. Helps her pitcher out on some of those borderline calls.
The winner of today's game is going to move to 3-0 in district play and be in the driver's seat for the district title. So we haven't mentioned that tonight. So this is a big game for both teams, and Santa Maria in a good position to take the 5-5A lead if they can hold this lead right now. They're up 4-0. And there's a shot to right, base hit. And they're going to stay at third, and the ball comes into the infield. That ball was hit so hard that the ball got back into the infield too quick for a run to score.
Yeah, and we saw Zeller had the freeze on there. It was just over Van Haverbeck's glove there. Zeller wasn't sure. You don't want to get doubled up there, so she did the right thing.
And so the bases are loaded. Smith at first, Dixon at second, Zeller at third. And now Elisar, who's 179, but she's 1 for 1, so her batting average probably going to rise a lot here as we see another courtesy runner coming in, number 15 for the Gators. We'll get that in just a moment. Ashlyn Jones, who does not have a statistic on the season. Had to go back and refer to the roster for that one. So, under as ball one. Now, under Amy Petrie, Santa Maria is trying to go 31-0 in district. She's had 6-5-0 seasons.
That's just crazy. And I mean, we know the struggles that, the McKinleys and the Woodlawns have, or maybe St. Joe's at times, but I mean, typically Dutchtown and East Century are going to put a pretty good product out there and try to threaten that, but Santa Ma's hadn't had a hiccup since she's been here.
Right. And that was a called strike. Wonder if the umpire's saying she offered 2 and 1. And that time she fouls it away, 2 and 2. Bases loaded, 4-0.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
If you're Freilich right here, this is where you want to just make sure you get an out.
Right.
Don't try to give up a big chunk of anything right here. If you give up a run, that's fine. Just get an out.
As a fly ball caught by the left fielder, Keller, for the second out, and the runners have to hold their spots. So that's a big job, falling behind 2-0 and then getting the out on the fly ball. Short fly ball to left field. And a good job by Keller making up some ground right there.
Yeah, great job. Great jump on that ball right there. It's kind of a little flare off the end of the bat.
And now with the new mic, we can hear that call by the umpire. Thank you very much, Andre.
Yeah.
Strike 1 called. And a grounder to second, throw to first, and Dutchtown gets out of the bases loaded jam with no runs. And so 4-3. And that way into third. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and the dreaded 3 players left on base. Go to the top of the fourth. 4-0 Santa Ma. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Top of the fourth, Dutchtown trails 4-0 here at Santa Ma. Jeff Porche, Mike Mohler with you. And we're back to the top of the lineup as A.J. Jackson goes perfect through the Dutchtown batting order the first go-round. Now she gets the second look. And we'll see if Dutchtown can have any success. Bessinet, Russell, and Sanji. Bessinet comes up first. And ball outside, 1-0. I believe that's the second batter she's falling behind on. Bessinet 0 for 1, grounded to third.
Definitely the only hitter that she's thrown first pitch ball to.
So 1-1 now, the count.
And we have some kind of audio now, huh?
Absolutely, I love that.
You can hear everything.
As we kind of have the producer-director combo here as Nolan doing a great job directing here and gives Andre a chance to play doctor with the microphones a little bit. 1-2, fouled away. And a grounder to short. Quick throw, out. 6-3, Landish to Dunn. And 1 out. And now Russell will come up. So let's look at the replay right here. Ground ball and goes to short, but like Look how fast that ball goes to first.
Yeah, the tough angle. I mean, if you lane dash right off the bat, took a perfect angle.
When you have a leadoff hitter that hits the ball that hard and you're still out by a couple of steps.
Yeah, that's how fast the pick up and transfer and get rid of, and then to throw right on the money, by the way.
Absolutely. This is Russell. She struck out her first time, 0 for 1. Strike called. And 0 and 2. She's just a fast worker with this, too. She's ready to go before the batter even steps into the box.
That's when you're feeling confident, you have a plan, you know exactly what you're trying to do, and you're just ready to execute it.
All right. So now 1 and 2. Top of the fourth, 1 out. Dutchtown still looking for base runner number 1, 2 and 2. Hadn't seen a lot of 2-ball counts. We'll see what she offers right here.
Yeah, usually with the strikeout, she's either got 0 balls or 1 ball, and they're putting the Griffins away pretty quick.
Fouled away. Dutchtown has been able to make a lot of contact, but they just have not been able to do it in fair territory. Staying alive is what they do best, but they still have not been able to get a base hit. And that one is fouled right at us. We're going to be okay.
Got to be careful of the bounce when those things have spin. You don't know which way they're going to ricochet.
If you've ever been at Sanama's softball park, the third base side, the Sanama side has no bleachers, so it kind of just went into the cement by the picnic tables. 2-2. Called strike 3.
Little bit of a late call there.
Absolutely, but it was a strike. And so the 7th strikeout. First caught looking on the day. It's a close call. Close enough that you can call it, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jackson's been around the zone. Like, you can't pound the zone better than she's pounded it today. And if you're going to throw a borderline pitch, you're going to get that.
Right. Now Sanji, the catcher and leader of this team, along with Bessonette, the 2 seniors, or 2 of the seniors. Ball outside. Sanji struck out her first time. She's 0 for 1. She's the catcher, and she's a great catcher defensively, and she's a great hitter offensively. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. And as we mentioned, well, I'll let you mention it. Where's she going to play next year?
She's going to be a colonel. She's going to Thibodeau. Further her career at Nicholls State. Great place to do that.
You're kind of biased.
Works out for some people.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You could say that.
Brent's staying alive here again. A lot of, like you said, we're seeing a lot of battles, a lot of foul balls, but Jackson's she's won every single one of them.
Yep. Low. 2 and 2. So another 2-ball count. And she fouls it off.
Just a little bit tardy on there. And plus that ball is, like I said, just right above the hands. So hard to get to.
Right. Comes at you so fast. You always have to be on the offensive with her because she's all over the strike zone. And there's a base hit to left field, and she will hold it first.
Yeah, it's a little off-speed pitch right there. I think got a little piece of center of the plate right there. Sanji just a little bit out front of it, but got the barrel to it for the first base hit for the Griffins.
So Dutchtown gets their first hit, as Mike mentioned, and that's Sanji at first, and courtesy runner coming in.
Is that
I believe that's
Melanson?
Yep, Melanson.
Yeah, 25.
So Melanson at first, courtesy runner for Sanji, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Now Harper Dupree, who had a well-hit ball to left field, foul, and Smith was able to grab it in foul territory for the out. And the ball outside. And Melanson not going at first. 2 outs. Runner on first. Swing and a miss. And the runner's going to second, and she'll get in standing as it gets away from the catcher. So, first runner in scoring position. If Dutchtown can pull off back-to-back base hits, they can get a run here and make the score 4-1. Right now, 4-0. Gators with the lead. And a fly ball. It's going to stay in the park, and left fielder Smith catches it. So she's flown out to left, back-to-back. Dutchtown had a little momentum there, though, for the first time. Got a base hit. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, and our score, Dutchtown trails Santa Ma 4-0. And so as we go to the 4th inning, let's talk about the games of the week that are coming up. And we've already talked about some of those. As we mentioned, tomorrow we're going to have Dutchtown at East Ascension, but next week we're going to be at East Ascension again for Catholic at East Ascension. We covered that game last season, and it was a great game. And then in 2 weeks, we have EA at Dutchtown for baseball, and then we're going to do another softball game here at Santa Ma. John Curtis, they always have a great team.
Yeah, that's going to be a great matchup when we come back here to this park next time. But, like you said, next week we're going to be starting the baseball as the district play on the girls' side is going to be wrapped up at the end of this week. But as we go through district play with the baseball teams, we're going to mix in a John Curtis Santa Ma softball game, and that should be a great matchup.
Right, that's going to be a good litmus test for both teams, as one will be playing in the select and the other will be playing in the non-select. So one of the best select versus one of the best non-selects. And then next week with the Catholic at East Ascension, that was a great game last year. We had the one hitter.
Oh yeah, Tanner Abear pitched the one hitter. I remember that for East Ascension. Just baffled Catholic High.
And the first pitch is a ball as we see 1-2-3 for Santa Ma. Their top hitters, Jackson, Landesh, and Franklin, trying to extend their lead. Change up, outside, 2-0. Dutchtown has done a good job not making as a drive to center as that goes off of the temporary buildings for home run. And so that makes our score 5-0. As a nice home run almost to dead center field. And if you look out to center field, the flags are stiff right now. There's a slight wind, but that was not a wind to aid a home run.
Not by any means. We see
that
those flags are
crushed,
blowing straight down. I mean, just left of center field. But that ball looked like it was a little down in the zone, but Jackson went down and got to the barrel and just raked through that ball. Nice backspin. That ball carried all the way to that metal building out there.
Right. The temporary buildings. I used to teach in one of those. As she gets her 13th home run, and there's a shot to left center, falls for a base hit for Landesh. So Samantha Landesh gets on base. So home run single to start this inning. And right before the home run, I was about to say that so far Dutchtown's given up 4 runs, but they've done a good job of not turning those 2-run innings into kind of the big inning.
The 4s and the 6s and the 8s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this inning is not starting off well for them.
No, but I mean, you're at the top of the lineup. It's to be expected for Santa Maria. They're going to put the ball in play, and it's going to be put in play aggressive. You just want to try to minimize the damage as much as you can.
And you got a freshman pitcher out there, so I'm sure that the coaches and the players will be going to Freilich and just reassuring her and telling her not to lose faith and not to lose control. You're playing a really good team out here. You're going to give up some runs, but let's not make it into a big inning.
Yeah, try if you're the Griffins, you're trying to keep this within striking distance. Avoid that crooked number as much as you can.
Foul ball, or is it fair? No, it goes foul. Between Russell and Womack in no man's land. Brings the count to 2-1. So Jackson home run, Landesh single.
Yeah, you see Russell out there battling that sun. She's got her glove up in front of her the entire time. She's playing a little deep too. That ball was hit just soft enough to land foul before she could get to it.
And she offered a strike called. And Sanji looks to first. She's always looking to first.
Always. I love it.
So aggressive.
I love it.
So aggressive. She's a competitor. I've been able to get to know her from teaching her for a couple of years, and she's just a really energetic person.
Whew.
In all aspects. Misses barely.
Not a bad pitch there, but as we
3-2.
talked about the way Sanji can catch and receive and kind of make a lot of those pitches look like strikes.
3-2 and a drive to right, curling foul. Would have gone out the park.
Oh, it went out. It definitely went out, but
yes,
it was
it did.
About 5 feet foul of that foul pole or fair pole, whatever you want to call it.
That would have been Franklin's 5th home run. Don't recall if we mentioned this, but Jackson's home run was her 13th, and that was her 32nd team-leading RBI. And I believe they're going to call that foul. Let's see. I think the umpire just needs to walk it off a second. Got kind of brushed with that one.
Yeah, either he did or Sanji did, and he's giving her a breather.
Yes.
It's kind of the ethical thing that they have them going on between the catcher and the umpire.
The 3-2 pitch misses outside. So ball 4.
Good battle, good at bat right there by Franklin. She fouled off multiple pitches on that outer half. Just couldn't quite get to him. And laid off a good one there for ball 4.
So now Zeller comes to the plate. Franklin is 0 for 2. That was her first time reaching base as the bunt goes to third and the throw to first.
Wow.
And
nice play by Bennett right there.
She is out.
Yeah, she was on that ball so fast. Like,
right.
I know she was playing in because she saw Zeller kind of square around there, but my goodness, never even stopped. I mean, she ended up like past home plate after she threw that ball to first.
Right. So you get the 5-3 sacrifice for Zeller. And that's rare for your cleanup hitter to do, but it happens, and Dixon's to the plate. So how often do you see the cleanup hitter lay one down like that?
In baseball, typically never, but, I mean, when you watch the Santa Maria, I mean, any way in you can, they're just trying to score runs anytime they can get anybody on base.
Right.
There's not a job that anybody can't do, I'm sure.
They have an opportunity with one out to make this 7-0. And that's a tough number to overcome when you have such a great pitcher on the mound. When you get that lead, just every run is just makes it harder and harder as a squeeze.
Foul ball.
And
So it was a foul. She fouled it off.
Yes, she did foul it. I was just waiting for the umpire to make the call.
Yeah. So I mean, just a little different strategy right there.
Yeah.
See, 4-hole bunting to sacrifice, 5-hole squeezing, trying to get any extra runs across the plate that they can. Like it, aggressive.
Absolutely. So they play gorilla ball and small ball in the same inning. Base hit, and that may score 2. They're trying to send Franklin home. Now she comes back, and she'll stay at third, and the runner will get to second as Smith can't come up with the ball. Good hard throw by Bessonet kept the second run from scoring. It's 6-0. But the runners will still have runners at second and third, so an RBI single.
Yeah, you see Dixon kind of with the squeeze, the pitch prior, kind of draw the infield in, make them a little aware, trying to be on their toes. Maybe drew them in a little bit, and then she bangs it through the drawn in infield.
Swing and a miss. That's Gator, who flew out to right and struck out. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, 2 runs so far in the fourth. Runners on second and third. It's 6-0 Sanama. Ball outside, 1-1. So the runners are Alex Franklin at third, Carmen Dixon at second. 1-1 pitch to third, and they're going to go home and back to third. And did they get him? She's out.
Yeah.
And so we're going to call that 5-6, I believe.
5-2-6. Yep. Oh, I thought you meant like TO, like
no,
5
to 2 to 6.
There you go.
For the out at third base. So that's a smart play by Bennett. And a good job by Dupree backing up. So they get the runner at third. Now you have runners at first and second, and a courtesy runner checking in.
So that's going to be fielder's choice. Yeah, 5-2 to 6.
And so now you have Allie Heidel coming in at first and Dixon at second with 2 outs. So Dixon leads the team today in RBIs with 3. She has 3 of the 6. So that puts her at 18 RBIs, which passes up Cami Gautreau. Trying to catch Alex Franklin, who is 1 ahead of her right now. And the batter coming up is Mackenzie Smith. She's 1 for 2. So you got Heidel at first, Dixon at second, 1 ball, 2 runs in, 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Sanama 6, Dutchtown 0. Strike call.
Got in tight right there a little bit.
Absolutely. You know that Sanama is comfortable with this lead, but you also know on the other side that Dutchtown can hit the ball. And they have a lot of power hitters, and they have a lot of hitters for average. So no lead is necessarily safe. Although with the pitcher on the mound, it's going to be tough for Dutchtown to come back.
Yeah, I mean, when you have somebody of that caliber that can dominate a game on the mound, but also throw the team on her back at the dish. I mean, with her offensive numbers, obviously, she hadn't done it just by herself at the plate today, but I mean, it's obvious that she can. Right. It's a rare commodity. You see somebody that can turn into a Shohei Ohtani on the softball field and can pitch and hit at the caliber that Jackson can.
Right now, she leads Dutchtown 1-0. As a shot to short, it's going to fall, and 1 run is in, and so it's 7-0. And that was tough. Dupree maybe had a shot at a Willie Mays catch there, but just missed.
Yeah, just one of those Texas leaguers, if you will. Just off the end of the bat. Hit that in the Bermuda Triangle.
And so, let's see. That scored Dixon. Heidel moves to third. RBI for Smith, her first of the day. That's her third. She's 2 for 3 on the day and coming in as a 120 hitter.
Yeah, she'll raise that because she had limited at bats.
Absolutely.
Going to have a pinch hitter here. So we're going to have.
So Addison Gomez coming to the plate, replacing Elisar. She's hitting .429, but she's only had 7 plate appearances so far as a strike call. When you have those limited plate appearances, numbers can be inflated and deflated.
It fluctuates, yeah.
Absolutely. Strike 1 and strike 2. It is 7-0, our score. And the ball outside, so 1-2 is the count.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with the scoreboard over there, but
right,
everything over there, and it's 0-0.
Yeah, there's nothing on the home side at all. Ball gets away from Sanji, and the run will score. 8-0. You don't see that. You never see the ball get away from Sanji. And I think that kind of just was too low for her and tried to grab it but could not.
I mean, honestly, it looked like it kind of hit the lip.
I think it might have hit the lip of the plate.
Yeah, the lip that's around the plate, that turf, because it popped straight up.
Yeah, that was a weird angle. 3-2. So Idell has scored. Smith is at second. Gomez still at the plate. And a swing and a miss, and that's the third out. And so 4 runs for Santa Maria on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors, 1 player left on base. So it's 8-0 Santa Maria as we go to the 5th. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
And we're back 8-0. Santa Maria with the lead over Dutchtown, going to the top of the 5th, and it's going to be 5, 6, 7. Van Haverbeck, Keller, and Womack. So Van Haverbeck is 0 for 1 on the day. She struck out. In fact, all 3 batters coming to the plate have struck out in their first at bat. So Van Haverbeck takes ball for ball 1. We had a little discussion on the score there for a moment. The home scoreboard the home side is not working. So we had a little dispute over 8 or 9. We believe it's 8.
That's what we're going to go with. Not sure why I have 9 in my book, but
we will double check with all the official scorekeepers. Ball, 2-1. They got 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 4 in the fourth, according to my records. And a strike called, 2-2. In the fourth, Jackson scored on the homer. Landesh scored after the single. Dixon and Heidel scored. We're going with 8. Swing and a miss. So another strikeout for Jackson, another strikeout for Van Haverbeck. And so it is strikeout number 8. And that brings her total
sure
to
it's 8, not 9?
204. Well, it might be 9. It might be 9.
Seems to be kind of a hot number.
Yeah, that's a foul ball off the home plate. Umpire's had a tough time here. He's been nicked several times.
That one got him right in the chops.
Yep.
Heard a little grimace.
Yeah.
As it hit him.
He's going to
see the respect. You know the Gators know it right away.
Yep.
The catcher Gotro is going to go to the mound and have a little meeting.
Right.
Give the umpire a little break. Got to
Exactly.
shake it off.
Been a tough game for him. He's called a good game so far, but he's been knocked around a little bit. 0-1. And that's right at us. Watch out, y'all. Oh, it hit the girl in the head, I believe.
I think it hit her in the back.
In the back, yeah.
In the back, yeah.
Young lady over here behind home plate. They're checking on her. Looks like she's okay.
Yeah, got her right on the back. Barely over the top of the
That's about 15
fence
feet
there.
away from us. And the sports med people are there right away.
Yeah, it looked like it got her right below the base of the neck on the back.
So the count is now 0-2. Keller struck out, trying to avoid her second strikeout of the day. And that one's fouled away. Same direction.
Quite a bit further. I think that one may have made it to the track. There's so many people here. It's like a foul ball is kind of playing Plinko, right?
Yeah.
It's going to hit somebody, it seems like.
And she wanted that one, but did not get it.
Good pitch, good take.
Exactly.
Good all the way around right there.
2-2. Swing and a miss, strikeout. Second strikeout of the inning, second strikeout for Keller on the night, and the 9th strikeout of the day for Jackson. Her numbers, her strikeout numbers are just absurd. She's now pitched in almost, we're going to say 116 innings, and she has 205 strikeouts. So foul, 0-1. If that foul ball comes our way again, I'm just going to sit under the table. I could probably fit under the table.
It wasn't that far from us. It was
about 15 feet.
Yeah, right there to the right of us.
Well, you're a big league pitcher. It's going to hit you in the head before it hits me in the head. I'm about 3 feet tall over here.
It wasn't my job to catch him. It was my job to throw him.
0-2, trying for the 3 strikeout inning. Strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 3 strikeouts for Jackson. And now we go to the bottom of the 5th with our score 8-0. Santa Maria leads over Dutchtown. And so here in the 5th, let's take a look at Dutchtown's district schedule. As we said, they are opening their stadium tomorrow. As you see, the 4-game schedule there. Woodlawn with the big win. EA last week, they had to win 10-3. Santa Maria and St. Joseph's. St. Joseph's is going to be the season opener. I believe it's also going to be senior day over there as well.
Season opener, senior day, and then the last district game.
Yeah, that's kind of an
perfect
eventful
timing,
moment.
right?
Right. I used to call some of the games for Nancy, like in the public address and all that type of stuff. And so Nancy called me and said, "We need you on Thursday because it's going to be senior night. It's going to be opening day, and so we need a good announcer out there." I said, "Sorry, I'm going to EA."
Rev.
Yep.
Rev game of the week.
I'm coming and doing that game, but I'm going to be looking at the scoreboard to see how they do on tomorrow night.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. They'll be excited. Good for them. They finally, long awaited last team to get their turf, but it'll all be good.
Right. Well, they were Dutchtown was the first football team to get turf, and they're the last baseball and softball teams to get turf. So that's kind of, I guess, balance, so to speak. And Jeff Pyron explained a lot of that. There was a lot of delays, just like you had the hurricane in the fall that delayed a lot of stuff. And then you had the winter weather, you had the low river.
That's the one that got me, that the Mississippi River was so low that the ships couldn't get to the docks to deliver all the rocks and, the materials that they needed.
So Katarina Byers is coming in to hit in the 9 spot. Strike called. Something that we haven't mentioned, our score 8-0. 2 runs here would end it on the 10-run rule.
Yeah, Dutchtown kind of running out of outs here if they're going to make a run at this thing.
Ball outside, 1-1. So Byers.
Got a new pitcher, right? 29, I don't know how we missed that. I just noticed she was left-handed.
Ella Pontiff.
Yeah.
And a bouncer to first, and he out as that goes to Womack, and she gets first base unassisted. So 1-3 for Byers, hitting for Bean. And now Jackson. What can we say about her that we haven't said already?
Right.
So we'll just watch. In case you missed it, she homered off the temporary buildings in center field. A no doubt about it home run. Well, there maybe was some doubt because the pitch was kind of low and it just kept going and going and going.
Yeah, but then I kind of looked at the reaction of Bessonette there in center field, and she knew it pretty quick.
And a ball outside. So let's talk about the pitcher here, Pontiff. And Pontiff was a designated player in the 9 hole. She is 2-3 on the season with a 9.36 ERA. She's appeared in 5 games. This is her 6th appearance. She's got 5 strikeouts. 30. She's given up 35 hits and struck out 14 and given up 11 walks. And opposing batters are hitting .310 against her.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the lefty coming in here a little, switching righty-lefty, kind of a different look here. Maybe they're just trying to give these Santa Maria hitters a little something different to look at.
And a base hit for Jackson to right center field. So that is her 3rd hit. She got a base hit in the 1st. She walked and scored in the 2nd. Solo home run in the 4th. And then singles in the 5th. So she's having herself quite the day.
Another freshman is Pontiff in the circle, so Griffins have that to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Between Freilich, Pontiff.
Lefty-righty combo.
Yeah, lefty-righty for the next 3 years plus.
Samantha Landish, she has a fielder's choice, tripled, and singled and scored. Ball low, inside. She has no home runs on the season. She is in a position for a walk-off if she could pull it off.
For the first homer of the year, right? No,
Yeah.
but typical two-hole hitter. I mean, great contact. See, she's only got 8 strikeouts on the year out of 68 plate appearances.
Nice
I mean, that's a contact. She tried to go for it. She tried to hand you right there.
Yeah, exactly.
You
She
gotta
wanted to
love it.
walk off. She might have heard me because we're about 20 feet from her, too.
You got to love it. No, but like I said, she's going to make contact. We saw her drive that ball last at bat, pick up a couple RBIs.
Outside.
Perfect in the two-hole. That's what you want, somebody that can make contact, move some base runners over and pick them up if they're on second or third base.
3-1 is the count, and Sanji's going to talk it over with our new pitcher, Pontiff. So 3-1, Franklin on deck. She's facing with one out the toughest part of the order. So if Dutchtown can survive and get to another inning, that's a very impressive feat for the pitcher. All low though. So Jackson moves to second, excuse me.
And Landash draws a walk. That's her 14th walk. She ties Mary Beth Zeller on the season before, coming in today. But again, that's at two-hole.
Yeah.
You want to get them on base, or you want them to be able to make contact.
Looks like there's a courtesy runner actually for Jackson. Looks like Emily Terrio, number 21.
Oh, yeah. Missed that when she went in the game there.
So, Franklin.
Yeah, we should know that. Every time Jackson gets on, she's going to get run for, which is typical. And she's been on base pretty much every single time today, so we should know that.
Exactly. She is now 2-0. That's Franklin. Ahead in the count. Swing and a miss. So 2-1. 8-0. The potential game-ending run at first base. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Good comeback here for Pontiff.
A couple good locations right there. Looked like Franklin was a little tardy on that, but that ball's outside on the black. It's all about the location.
Ball outside, 3-2.
Again, another pitch. I'm finally kind of paying attention to where Sanji is actually setting up, because the way she receives that, looks like an absolute paintball right there on the corner, but she was set up just a little bit tick outside.
Fouled away. Comes back, nearly hits Franklin in the helmet. So it's 3-2, 1 out. Terrio at first, running for Jackson. She's at second. Landash at first. Franklin at the plate. And she walks the bases loaded. And so Zeller comes to the plate. The 9th and 10th run in scoring position at second and third. Zeller has a hit, a walk, and a sacrifice.
Man, she puts the ball in play, too.
Yep.
Only got 4 strikeouts and 70 plate appearances. Your 4-hole, and she is tied with the team lead for walks.
In traditional baseball, she would be the leadoff hitter and Jackson would be the cleanup hitter.
Right.
But softball, you do it a little different.
Mm-hmm. And it works.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen it work today. I mean, we've seen a sack bunt from the 4-hole, squeeze attempt from the 5-hole.
Sandoval likes to jump on their opponents early and put the pressure on them. Grounder to third, goes home for the out. Back to third, safe. So Terrio is out 5-2. Zeller reaches on the fielder's choice. Franklin goes to second. Landash is at third. And now
got Dixon coming up.
Actually, I believe this is a pinch hitter.
Oh.
Number 9.
No, this is Dixon.
Oh, it is number 9. Okay, yeah, number 9. My fault. Yeah, I had her listed as number 7. I think the ponytail kind of threw me off there for a second. I thought number 7 was in the game. Hard to see sometimes with those single digits in the ponytails. So now Coach Insminger's talking it over. This is a big at-bat right here because this at-bat will determine the difference between playing another inning or possibly losing by the 10-run rule.
Yeah, they still need 2 runs. So base hit here may score 2. 1 for sure, but you still need 2 runs to finish this game, right?
Right. And Dixon's your RBI leader. This is the person you want at the plate right now. She has 18 RBIs on the season now. She's got 3 today.
Yeah, she picked up 2 or 3 at least I knew today for sure.
Right. She got 2 on the double in the first inning.
Right, okay, yeah.
And then she got the single in the 4th that scored another run. So she's got a chance at a 5 RBI day, a walk-off hit, possibly, and the leader today in RBI. She's got a long way to catch A.J. Jackson.
Yeah, but she's got 3 of them today, and that's huge part of that 8-0 lead, right?
Absolutely. And on senior day, it would be fitting for her to do it. Strike called. 2-1. Bouncer, foul ball. And so.
Good job by Bennett right there. Play it through. Play it through.
Absolutely.
Throw it all over. Make the play. Throw it to first. Don't get caught in between waiting for a call.
Right. Womack could not quite scoop it up, so it may have been a blessing in disguise, though, for the Griffins. Swing and a miss, and we get another inning of softball.
Strikeout.
So the strikeout ends the inning, and so no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 3 left, and so we go to the 6th. It's 8-0. Got caught up there for a second. 8-0 Santa Ma. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
We go to the top of the 6th. Jeff Porche, Mike Mohler with you at Santa Ma, and Santa Ma with the lead, 8-0 over Dutchtown. Santa Ma was flirting with possibly ending the game. Left the bases loaded, though. And so we get no 10-run rule, and Dutchtown has another shot, although they haven't been able to figure out A.J. Jackson so far, as now we are going to see 8, 9, and 1, Bennett, Pontiff, and Bessonette.
Yeah, good job by Pontiff to battle out of that.
Absolutely.
Had a couple chances for the Gators to score a couple of runs there. Got a ground ball to third, cut down at home, and then a strikeout with the bases loaded to get her team back in the dugout.
Right. Dutchtown, they're not going to quit. They play with a lot of pride. Coach Insminger doesn't want to get her team a walk-off loss like that. They want to play all 7 innings and get all their at-bats and see what they can do. Right now, count 1-1. Riley Bennett grounded out to third. 1 hit so far. That's from Bryn Sanji. Ball outside. So 2 balls.
I don't recall seeing that at all today.
No.
Seen the 1 ball and no strike, but 2 balls.
And so fouled away, I believe that the count is actually 2-2.
Oh, okay. Missed that then.
Yeah. I believe they missed one up there. Following on the monitor here, 2-2. And there's a strikeout. So it was 2-2. The scoreboard was wrong. Nolan was correct. Good job, Nolan. So another strikeout. I believe that's 11. And now Pontiff due to come up. And she is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And there's a swing and a miss. On deck is Bessonette. Strike called. Right down the middle. 0-2. So let's see here. Only Bessonette and Dupree have not struck out, as she gets 12. And that's 5 in a row.
Yeah, against her counterpart, Pontiff, who just came in to pitch for the Griffins on the opposite side.
So Bessonette, grounder to third, grounder to short. As I said, she and Dupree have not struck out. That's it.
Bessonette's actually hit the ball hard both times.
Absolutely. She's a great hitter. And she's got a good eye. 5 strikeouts and 90 at-bats. If you strike her out, you've done something.
Right.
2-0. Very patient. And as you said, great leadoff hitter. Great traditional leadoff hitter, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's what you look for. You have that kind of template that, kind of look for that leadoff hitter, at least, 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, 4 hole is going to be, kind of your bigger cleanup, balls in the gap kind of hitter. Oh, wow.
Oh, and a little swagger right there.
Yeah, she did. She gave her a little stare down. Okay. I like it.
Line drive to the pitcher.
Wow, but that Bessonette, she has hit the ball hard every single time.
She's just had some bad luck. Has not struck out. Let's look at the replay.
kind of a look what I found right here.
Mm-hmm. As we look what she found.
Oh, I'll take that.
Oh, my goodness. You can't do better than that. It's no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-0. As Santa Maria will come to the plate as we look at their district record and district schedule, which is coming to a close, as we mentioned. They look to be on their way to another 5A district title and another unbeaten, possibly.
Yeah, they took down Woodlawn 17-0, beat St. Joe's 4-0. Not a bad job right there by St. Joe's as we take a look at it here. And then we're watching the game right now on Rev TV versus Dutchtown, and then they will be at EA tomorrow to wrap up district play.
Right. And EA has a good team. They're young. They have freshmen all over the field, but they're really good freshmen, and they're an improving team, and it's going to be a tough one for EA, obviously, as you're going to face a really strong team. And so, but we'll be out there tomorrow to see what happens. It's going to be fun no matter what, as we now have the 6, 7, 8 coming up for Santa Maria, and that's going to start off with Gator and then Smith. And so, first pitch is a ball. Takes, and it's another ball, 2-0. So you got 6, 7, and 8 coming up in the 6. Still an 8-run game. And now tip to the glove. 2-1. Sanji holds on for the strike.
Took a good aggressive swing at that. 2-0. That's a good 2-0 swing right there. But
absolutely.
Credit Pontiff, too, coming right back in there. Not backing down.
Strike. This is Pontiff's second inning of work. Got into a bases-loaded jam, but got herself out of it, too.
It's a big situation for freshman pitchers.
Right.
You know, especially coming here. You know, Santa Maria is historically the juggernaut in the area, and you've been hearing about them your whole life, and, you know, probably know a bunch of the girls in the opposing dugout. Finally get in a circle around them.
So it's 3-2. Fouled away. So the count remains full. So Gautreaux flew out, struck out, fielder's choice, and strikes out looking.
Great location right there.
And so,
worked away, and then kind of locked her up inside. Just froze Gautreaux on that ball.
That's back-to-back strikeouts for Pontiff. And Smith will come up to bat. So Pontiff's showing some fire here. After getting in a bases-loaded jam, she strikes out the last batter in the 5th and strikes out the first batter in the 6th and is ahead 0-1 to the second batter. And there's a pop-up, and it is caught by Van Haverbeck.
Well, sometimes that's all you need. You know, get yourself out of it. I mean, again, like I said, freshman, just a little, you know, inexperience is a big moment to come in a game like this. Get yourself out of a jam like that, you're like, hey, I can do this.
Right.
You know, give yourself some confidence.
Absolutely. And this is why you wanted to get this game to go into a couple of extra innings here instead of just giving up with the bases loaded.
Yeah.
Because this is a confidence builder. You got the young freshman pitcher proving herself right now and getting out of jams and pitching well. 1-0 to Elisar. ball. So 2-0.
Not a bad pitch right there.
Yep. If we get to the 7th, it's going to be 2, 3, and 4 for Dutchtown, but they have to get a lot more than the 2, 3, and 4 on base. 3-0 is a count.
Yeah, nothing's impossible, but you just gotta.
Right.
You gotta realize everybody can't hit eight-run homers, right?
Exactly. Strike called. 3-1.
First task is to get your team right back in the dugout and give them a chance to do that. Bonner's doing a really good job of it right now.
And a ball just a bit high. And I believe this is Byers. Yep, she stays in. She replaced Bean in the 5th. So Elisar at first. She is 1 for 3 on the day with a walk, and now 0 for 1 for Byers as she takes the ball. Left-handed hitter, so Sanji can't look over to first as easily.
She better be careful if Sanji comes up firing.
Yep. Strike called. Because at some point, I thought tonight we'd see Sanji fire one to first.
Pull the trigger, right?
Exactly. Just because. And there it is. And she goes to first. And I knew she was going to do it one time. 1 and 2. She was close with that too, very close, and she put it perfectly right at the bag, right at the hand. As a swinging bunt goes to first.
We'll do it.
And 1 to 3, and so we go to the 7th. And so no runs on, no hits, no errors, 1 left. After 6, it's 8-0 Sanama. We'll go to the 7th. You're watching the game of the week on Rev TV.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Top of the 7th, 8-0 Sanama. Dutchtown down to their last 3 outs, but it'll be their tough hitters 2, 3, and 4, Alicia Russell, Bryn Sanji, Harper Dupree. Sanji has the lone hit of the day, and Dupree is 1 of 2 Griffins who has not struck out. So a tough part of the lineup coming up for Jackson. And a ground ball to short, and a throw off, but right with the tag on the shoulder. 6-3. And it's always better to be off inside than it is to be outside because you can come back with the tag, I guess.
Yeah, that was a great play by Dunn there at first base. I mean, Landash, you got to get rid of the ball, as quick as you can. Get it over there as quick as you can and give your first baseman a chance to make a play if it is a little errant.
Right. So Landash to Dunn with the tag for the first out.
That was no easy pickup either by Landash. That ball was hit hard. She had to go a couple steps to her right.
Right. And there's a shot to the gap, but it'll be a single. as it comes in very quickly. So both hits now for Bryn Sanji. The Nichols commit. And she always has a game no matter who they're playing or what the outcome is. She's got the gun behind the plate. She's leading the team in home runs and RBIs, and she's got all the hits tonight.
Yeah, never gives up in that bat. Grinding every pitch.
So now Dupree flew out to left. Strike called. Dupree and Besnet, the only two Griffins who have not struck out at any point in this game. Sanji's 2 for 3, but her other at-bat was a strikeout. And we have the pinch runner again, Melanson, at first for the Griffins. 1-1. And a pop-up on the infield, and Landash makes the play. So 3 flyouts for Dupree, and Van Heverbeck is the last chance for the Griffins. It's been a 2-hit gym so far for A.J. Jackson and the home run. She's had herself quite the day. She's also scored 2 runs and has 3 hits. And 12 strikeouts.
Yeah, by the way.
Anything else?
But I mean, there's been multiple other contributors to
Absolutely.
This 8-run lead. I mean, we spoke about Dixon with picking up the 3 RBIs, and just stands out because, you know, Jackson hit the home run, and then she's in the circle.
Right. Smith has made a couple of nice plays in left field.
Landash has made every play at shortstop.
Right. Some RBIs for Smith, who improved her batting average by a lot. That's right at us, but it hits the net.
I had you knowing.
1-2, 1 strike away. So as we mentioned, Smith got a couple of hits, and so her batting average is going to rise dramatically. Landash had a triple and a single. So lots of contributors for Santa Monica, as we mentioned. Franklin has a gun at third. We saw that too a couple of times. So yeah, everybody is. This is a team effort. Jackson gets a lot of the credit, but it's still a great team around her.
Sure.
2-2. And there's a strikeout, and that's the game. Strikeout number 13 on the day, and so that's going to end it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And so our final score is Santa Monica 8, Dutchtown nothing. We're going to take a break and come back and wrap things up. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
The Title Law Firm has been fighting for our clients to get their best recovery for over 20 years. And now that tradition will continue to the next generation.
Hi, I'm Rick Tata, the newest member of the Title Law Firm.
We understand that it can be frustrating dealing with your claim.
So we're here to help you get what you deserve. If you're seriously injured in an accident, call the Title Law Firm today.
We're not just a face on an ad.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Tata.
And we're back. Jeff Porche, Mike Mohler with you. 8-0 our final score, Santa Maria over Dutchtown. The final games in 5-5A will be played tomorrow. As we talked about, our game of the week will be Santa Maria at East Ascension, and Dutchtown will be doing their home opener, senior night, everything against St. Joe's. So let's look at the district and where everybody stands right now in 5-5A, as it looks like Santa Maria is going to take home the district title again, as they're going to improve to 19-2 and 3-0. Dutchtown falls to 12-10 and 2-1, and then you got St. Joe's and EA, and we're going to get some results from them later. And Woodlawn is out there as well. McKinley really not to be mentioned at the moment.
Right.
And but it's going to be a potential perfect district season on the line for Santa Maria when they take on EA tomorrow night.
Yeah, and again, I mean, you talked about Amy Petrie not losing the district game since she's got here. She's going to try to hold true to that tomorrow as, you know, they travel across Burnside to Lady Spartan Field. You know, Dutchtown against St. Joe's will probably be battling for second place tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just something, I don't know, man. It's kind of, historically, that's what we've been seeing. St. Joe's, you know, maybe a little bit towards the bottom, but Santa Maria always on top, then Dutchtown, then your East Ascension, St. Joe's, and, you know, your Woodlawns and McKinleys or what have you. But, I mean, I kind of just look at it like, look, this is the end of the district play. Use this as a stepping stone. Try to get yourself some momentum, get going into the playoffs, and, you know, try to go do some damage.
Right, and there's still some games to be played. There's still some tournaments and things. And you have the non-district game that we're going to get in a couple of weeks here at Santa Maria with John Curtis, which is going to be a fun one. But, you know, this is our first look at the Santa Maria Gators here, who we've heard, and we saw A.J. Jackson last year, and she was really good last year. And the word on the street was that she's even better and this year, and just mowing people down. And all I can say is she's as advertised.
Yeah, I mean, just a little bit too much Jackson in the circle, you know, against the Griffins today, you know, to give them much of a chance. But like I said, a lot of contributors on the Gator side to put up those 8 runs. And,
right.
You know, it's just tough. I mean, Santa Maria just replenishes. You know, they don't regroup, they replenish. They just, you know, they're gonna be one of those top 2 or 3 teams in the state every year, and it's just, you know, tough to come in here to beat them. Yep. You know, for sure.
And Dutchtown had some trouble with the freshman pitching early and gave up a few runs, but they still played well and still were able to get through the entire game. And shout out to Bryn Sanji, of course, as Jackson gave up 2 hits and Sanji had both of them, and she's a great leader on this team and a great catcher, and she's going to go on and do great things in her college career too.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, she punched out her first at bat, and I don't know, by the time she came around with her second at bat, they still hadn't had a hit, and she broke it up and then added one in that last inning to have the only 2 hits. But again, you know, A.J. Jackson 2-hit shutout. That's tough to beat.
Absolutely, and so we're going to wrap things up as we are done from Santa Maria. We would like to remind everyone that you can watch our games live streamed on the Rev Sports 1 YouTube channel each week, as well as the replays on TV on Rev Channel 4. Thanks for watching tonight, and a reminder to join us tomorrow afternoon from Lady Spartan Field in Gonzales as the Spartans will host Santa Maria in another District 5-5A game. For Mike Mohler, I'm Jeff Porche. You've been watching the Rev Game of the Week.